Hey everybody, Dustin Dale's back here at the Funny Bone Comedy Club, 168th and Dodge, Village Point Mall, back by the theater, upper deck, right next to the great, I think it's Fuzzy's Tacos. Have you had Fuzzy's Tacos?
I have not had Fuzzy's Tacos, but I'm excited about it now.
They're pretty good tacos, I tell you that. His name is Michael Malone. He's a comedian in town all weekend long, and aside from getting some Fuzzy's Tacos, he's going to be headlining the stage all weekend long. Michael, how you doing, bud?
I'm wonderful, man. How are you? You nailed that intro. That was beautiful.
I try, I rehearsed something and then I forgot, so I was like, let's talk tacos.
Let's do tacos. Everybody loves that.
Do you like Mexican food?
I live in LA. I have to. It's what we survive on there.
What's your go-to?
Oh man, there's a little taco truck, of course, because it's LA. So there's a little taco truck a few blocks from my house called, I think it's called Taco Time. Really original. And yeah, I go to Taco Time. It's
okay.
great.
I'll have to try it. If you're ever in LA, Taco Time.
Taco Time.
Food truck. Now, we got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Of course, you got a brand new album coming out. But one thing I'm very curious about is we've seen you on do some TV. We've seen you do a couple of films. But you're actually working on a new TV show. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a politically different show, which is also brand new for me because I'm usually a very personal guy on stage. I tell stories about my family and this and that. And so this is my first time kind of diving into politics. And I still don't do it on stage. So if you want to come out this weekend, fine. I'm not going to not gonna yell at you. But yeah, it's a really fun idea. It's we take two comics from the left, two comics from the right, and we come together and have one big discussion. Because America's a hot mess right now. I don't know if you have seen the news, but everything's on fire.
A little bit.
And so what we need now is more than conversation, is resolution. And so that's what we're trying to do. There's a lot of people on TV right now that are just yelling at each other and, no, I'm right. No, this is how we do it. And it's like, well, we need to come together and actually find out how we fix these problems. And clearly, they're not going to do it at the White House, so why not comics?
I know one thing going around. There's a lot of talk about all this hurricane relief help. What do you think? How do you think that's going?
I think him withdrawing today or threatening to withdraw. I don't think he'll actually withdraw. I think it's the classic Donald Trump. Which cup is the ball under? Or which cup is the ball under? It's that trick where he's just like, I'm going to take it away, and then you watch his hands, and then he's doing some really shady things back here, and then a week later he's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. They can have all the federal aid. It's maddening.
And one thing that I kind of think about in the back of my mind, I work for NBC, and apparently we're not supposed to have a license anymore.
Yeah. I mean, freedom of speech. Why would anybody need that? And these ideas that he gets us all riled up, and I feel like he's the master of distraction. He's a great magician. You're looking over here while he's doing whatever over here, and you just never see him, and he's like, oh, well, that was right there, man. You didn't know, and you're like, I was focused on the rabbit, and you sorry, man, you lost your health care. What? The rabbit. So yeah, and again, in this time, like whether you're on the right or whether you're on your left, I think we can agree that it's damaging what he's doing, and so we need something stronger than conversation. We need some resolution.
Well, I'm very curious to see how the next 3 years pan out. It's already been a very interesting and buzzworthy 1 year. Well, not even a year yet. Yeah. But we got a little bit of time left. It's going to be interesting. Do you? I'm curious. Do you think he's going to make it all 4 years?
No. There's no way. And that's the thing. I feel like I've aged so much in this last 10 months. I feel like every the way the news cycle is, and especially with what I've learned with working on this show is, we have a live show booked in Hollywood about once a month for this show. And it never fails. We can't write a show until the week of because the news is turning around so often. There's so many things happening that even if we wrote a great, heartwarming, life-changing piece, in 4 days, it's worthless. We're on to something else. And it's, there's another tragedy, there's another disaster, there's another law he's trying to, take away or doing something like that. So, we're scrambling now, even on the production side of things, of just like, that day-to-day chaos of like every week feels like a year of headlines and trying to catch up. So yeah, it's been maddening.
So what's going to be your role on the show if it goes through?
I'm hosting. So I'm kind of like I play the biased guy in the middle. So I'm trying to hear out both sides, and I'm trying to again pick the resolution that's best that works for both sides.
Very nice. Well, hopefully we get to see that.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But you can hear something brand new from this guy. Brand new album. Actually just got released 2 days ago. Available on iTunes. It's called Tucson. Tell me about the album.
Yeah, live from Tucson. It came out on the 10th. It's a really fun album. I wanted to create something that sounded like the albums that I grew up listening to. If you go back and you listen to like the old Richard Pryor albums or Steve Martin albums, those old concert albums, it really like you feel like you're in the crowd that night, and they kept all the mistakes in. There's an old Pryor album where somebody comes in like 15 minutes late and he has a discussion with them for like 5 minutes, and it's on the album, and you're like, you could have easily cut. Why did you say that? And the same with Steve Martin. There's a couple back and forth with some crowd members. There's riffing and stuff, and so when I recorded this album, I did the same thing. I kept in. There's a couple heckles in there. There's some riffing going on. There's new material. It's about an hour and 15 minutes long, so you can check it out. And I wanted you to really feel like you were in the audience that night. So.
How does this one compare to another album? You've got another album out as well, correct?
Yeah, I put out an album a few years ago called 31, and it was all about like kind of that, not feeling old, but like I call it youngish. I'm not old, I'm not young, I'm youngish. And so yeah, that turning 30 is kind of that beginning of the end.
I'm with you. I'm right there.
Where you're like, oh man, I can't have milkshakes anymore. It's just about the things that people don't warn you about, and so stuff like that. And so it was a really fun album, and I did it with Uproar Records, who's a great little company. They did talking about Pryor. They did Pryor's first 3 albums. They've done Jeff Foxworthy they've done Brian Regan. Anybody you look up, they've probably worked with Uproar. So it was a really fun experience doing that.
Now, one thing it's just interesting about the comedy world is you don't really get to collaborate on albums like musicians do. But if you were to collaborate with a comedian, maybe put something together, you two just go on stage for an hour and riff off each other. Who is there somebody you'd have in mind that you'd love to do that with?
That's a big ask. I don't know. Man. I would trade in all my cards to work with Chappelle. Like I always see online that Dave Attell and that Jeff Ross are always like on stage together, and I'm like, I want that to be me and Dave. So I would use all my credits to turn in to work with Dave. He's incredible.
Not bad. Maybe you use all the sales that you get from Live from Tucson to pay him that to go on stage with you.
Exactly. I'm starting a GoFundMe to work with Dave Chappelle.
His name is Michael Malone. He's in town all weekend long. Make sure you check him out. And check out the album, Live from Tucson. It's available on iTunes right now. You can check that out. You can even probably pick up a copy while you're here. Yeah. So there you go. Make sure you come out and check it out. And while you're here, get some Fuzziest tacos too, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's no taco truck.
It's no taco truck. Mike, thanks for hanging out with me, man.
Brother.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.